Have you ever felt like you are walking through a valley where the shadows seem a bit too long and the air feels a bit too heavy? We often talk about spiritual warfare as if it is some distant concept, but for many of you right now, it is a daily reality. You are fighting for your family, your mental health, your purpose, and your future. The hardest part of these battles is that they are often fought in the unseen realm, which means you can be winning without seeing changes. You might be looking for a breakthrough in your bank account or a shift in your relationships, and when you do not see it, you assume that nothing's working. But what if I told you that the victory is already decided, and there are specific markers in your spirit that prove you are winning? Today, we are going into 5 unique signs that you are winning a spiritual battle you cannot yet see. The first sign that the tide has turned in your favor is a sudden shift in your spiritual vision. In the middle of a crisis, most people are consumed by the size of the mountain or the strength of the enemy. But when you are winning, you stop looking at the problem and start seeing the protection that surrounds you. Think about the story in 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 17. The prophet Elisha was surrounded by a physical army, and his servant was terrified. Elisha prayed a very specific prayer. He said, "Lord, please open his eyes that he may see." Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire. You realize that while the enemy has a plan, God has a countermove that is already in motion. The second sign that you are gaining the upper hand is the emergence of a song in the middle of your struggle. It is easy to worship when the harvest is in and the sun is shining, but it takes a victorious spirit to worship in the dark. Look at the example in Acts chapter 16, verse 25. Paul and Silas had been beaten and thrown into the inner prison with their feet in stocks. However, the scripture says that at midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. They did not wait for the earthquake to sing. Instead, they sang, and then the earthquake happened. If you have a praise in your heart while you are still waiting for your chains to fall off, it is a sign the atmosphere has shifted. The third sign that victory is yours is the manifestation of supernatural endurance and strength. When you find that you have a mysterious reservoir of strength to keep going day after day without burning out, you are witnessing a miracle. This is described beautifully in Colossians chapter 1, verse 11. It speaks of being strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power. You are winning because you have become unshakable. The enemy realizes his best shots could not knock you down. The fourth sign that you are winning an unseen battle is a sudden access to divine wisdom and strategy. But when the victory is near, God begins to drop specific insights and strategies into your spirit. James chapter 1 verse 5 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally." You are winning because you are finally listening to the commander of the heavenly hosts rather than the noise of the world. The fifth and perhaps most profound sign that you are winning is a fundamental shift in your identity. You begin to realize that the battle is not about you trying to get a victory, but about you standing in the victory already won. 1 John chapter 5 verse 5 asks the question, "Who is he who overcomes the world but he who believes that Jesus is the Son of God?" You are no longer intimidated by the giants because you know the giant slayer. This shift in identity is the ultimate sign of victory. If you recognize these signs in your life today, I want you to take heart. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Thank you for watching and for being part of this community. Make sure to subscribe for more insights on spiritual growth. I will see you in the next video, and remember that the victory is already yours.